Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's RM's Tech here. On today's episode of designing UI with Figma, we'll be completing the second part of the full delivery mobile app UI. In the last video, we designed 6 screens which contains the start screen, the login screen, the sign up screen, and the onboarding pages. This is what it looked like in the last video. If you have not viewed the last video, check the UI UX playlist and you'll see the full delivery mobile app UI part 1. So today we'll be designing the part 2. So in part 1, this is what we have. Let's review it. This is what we have. We have onboarding working perfectly, and we have the sign up page. And we also designed the login page, which look very nice and lovely. So on today's episode, we are going to be designing the main app and other interesting features. So let's get started. So in order to get started on today's episode, we'll have to create continue from our last design. So if you're watching this video and you're watching the part 2, I recommend you watch part 1 first, which contains how we design all this. So on today's episode, we'll be continuing from the part 1. So today's video will be tagged as part 2. So in order for us to get started, as always, the first thing we have to do, make sure all your tabs are clean. You don't have too many tabs open, so you'll be focused. So let's get started. So we're designing our home screen now for our app. So this is what it will look like. This is what it will look like. So in order to get started, you go to frame, then you choose your frame size. We're going to choose like a 14 Pro Max. So drag it down here. For it to be clear, I'm going to change the background of my design area. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Yeah, I love this. This looks good. Now we'll zoom in. So the first thing you have to do is change the name. Just change the name. App home. Now let's begin our design. So if we check our inspiration design, the last design I've done for this particular tutorial, what we have here is a navigation bar, a cat, a user account icon, a welcome text, a search box, category slider like carousel, and also a recommendation mail, which is scrollable, and list of mails available. Then the next thing we have is the cart, the checkout, and the rest. So we'll be starting with the food home first. So in order for us to get started, we have already had our frame. The next thing we have to do is pick our status bar. If you check the description below, you will see a link to my Google Drive. You can download the link. You see a Figma file. You import it to your Figma file. You'll see a variety of resources that will be very important to you in your design, like the status bar, the list of plugins you need to download, some other things. So if you have designed from part 1 before, you just have to pick up the status bar and move on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste and put in my design. So I'm done with that particular part. In UI UX design, you have to make sure you are doing everything step by step. Reduce all your problems to segments. Cut them one after the other. Don't jam pack everything. So if you have an inspiration, you have a sketch on ground, follow them step by step. Break all your problems into pieces. So the next thing you have to do now is creating a navigation bar and a cart and a user icon. So you can do this in 2 ways. It's either you go to Fonts Awesome and search a navigation bar, or you create one by yourself. So for this tutorial, I actually create this all by myself because I like this style. I like this mobile navigation. So this is how I do it. All I have to do is go to my shapes. Let me close this. Go to my shapes, then drop on my line here. So as you can see, we don't have a straight line. So for you to just get a perfect straight line, just go to rotation and click on 0 and click on enter. Then you have to reduce the width. So the width by default is 133. Let's make it 50 and see what we have. So 50 look good. So in order to get another shorter line, just duplicate Ctrl D, then hold your shift key and press down button to bring it down. So we have the second one. So while you are still on the second one, just reduce it by 20, so you make it 30. So now that we get that 30, let me zoom in very well so you'll not be confused. So you see everything is very neat. So you go to the first one again and duplicate Ctrl D, then you hold your shift key and down arrow key if you're using Windows, so you have something like this. In case this is too big for you, you can still reduce it. So let me zoom out. You see how it looks. Well, I feel it's quite too big, so we can reduce it from 50 to 35. We'll reduce the last one also to 35, while we'll reduce the middle one to 20. So we'll result to this. Now we'll highlight everything, right click on it and group selection. So while we group selection, we want to make the color red. So you go to your fill, go to color, then change it to red. So there you have it. Actually it's a line. You just have to go to stroke and change it, so it will change red. So move it to your design. So there's something I'm going to teach you today. In order to get the perfect shapes for your app, we're going to be making use of layout grid. So in order to make your layout grid, click on the design screen name, click on it, then go to your right and click on layout grid. The next thing is click on this icon, layout grid setting. Then from this layout grid setting, you change it to columns. So by default you have this, or you might not have this. So you have to change your count to 5. You can change your color to red like this, and you reduce your opacity to 10. So this other one, you make it 10%, and this leave it in stretch. The width is auto, and the margin make it 21. So lastly, you have to change the gutter to 20. Once you have something like this, you'll see all your design layout video have something like this. This will always help you to guide you on how to design things neatly. So now that we have added our layout grid, all you have to do is click on your menu icon. Understand? So we are done with that particular icon. So the next thing is adding our icon for cat and user icon. The next thing we have to do is right click, go to your Font Awesome plugin, click on Font Awesome and search for cat, C-A-R-T. So we're using this type of cat icon, click on it. Immediately you drop that. So by default, Figma always give a particular line that okay, it's telling you that you are in the right line. So move this to the white area. We'll change the color to red. Next one is the user icon. Go to Font Awesome, search user. So you can choose the variety of user icons. So I prefer this. So I'll drop it there. Next to the user icon. So you click on fill and change it to red. Yeah. Next thing you have to do is this. This is just a text, and I'm going to show you how you're going to do this. Go to your text, make sure you design it in the outside area of your screen. Tap on this and type hello, comma, the user full name, RM's tech. So you can highlight the RM's tech by holding your shift and left key or right key to highlight only the RM's tech. Then go to your text area, change it from regular, change it to bold. While it's still activated, then change the text to Poppins, P-O-P-P-I-N-S. Poppins. You have something like this. So with this, we have put the greeting. We have a subtitle text. Type. What do you want to order today? So that's the text. You type what do you want to order today? Click the outside area, change the text to poppins, change the font size to 13. So you have this, then you make it a subtitle behind the main title. Title is quite too big, so you can make it 10 again. So 10 look nice. 10 look nice. So you align it under this. Now we can group them. Right click on everything and then group selection. So drag it to your design. Make sure you start from the first layout grid. You see everything's perfect like this. The next design we have to do is the search bar. So if you have done this in the previous design, I'm going to teach you again. This is a very simple thing. All you have to do is go to your shapes, pick your rectangle, drop it the outside area, make sure you reduce the height to like 38. So yeah, you can actually change it to 38. Then increase the width. Then you can also increase the width more to like 380. 380 is not enough. Let's make it 390. Yeah, 390 is perfect. So you have to corner the radius. Go to the radius area and change it to 21. So it's been curved. So you change the fill color to white while you activate the stroke. Immediately you activate the stroke, you reduce the opacity, that's the appearance, reduce it to 20%. So you will result to having something like this. You see, this is nice. You can also add a shadow to it, but I don't think we really need that. So the next thing you have to do is right click on your outside area and go to plugins, choose font or some icons, and type search. Let's see. Yeah. So click on search, change the color, to reduce the blackness and make it like 30%. So with this you have something like this. So move it to this area. You have something like this. So you pick a text, click outside and search, and type search foods, that is search meal. Search meal. We have to increase our font size. Let's make it 18. So 18 look good. So you go to your color, make it black, and reduce the opacity to like 50%. Then you drag it to your search bar. You understand? So let's proceed. The next thing we have to do is this particular icon. I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. We have a lot of categories over there and they are scrollable. So the first one we have to do is go to your rectangle, your tools, and pick rectangle. So paste the rectangle area, reduce the height, make sure you make it like 50-50. So something like this, 50-50. You corner the radius with like 20. 20 is too much, let's make it 15. Yeah, so 15 look nice. So the first one, we will leave it like this. All we have to do is duplicate, Ctrl D. So hold your shift key and point it to the arrow like this. Then do Ctrl D again. You duplicate, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. We have like 6 now. Then Ctrl D, that's 7. So this isn't bad. This is a good space. Anyway, we can undo everything and give it more space because of the text or caption. So let me Ctrl D. I like this space, so you can Ctrl D now and to give exactly the same space. So yeah. So with this space, this is cool. Then you can Ctrl D to give the exact space. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is cool. So I make the background. The first one I will make it red and reduce the opacity to like 65%. So you end up having something like this. So now all we just have to add is an icon. Go to plugins, then go to icon 8. So we allow the plugin to come up. So it has come up. The last time we used this, it was in illustration. So now we'll move it back to icon. Choose the icon area. Now we'll search for food. So it's going to bring different icon that is related to food. So we'll pick one. And let's wait for it to load. It's actually bringing different meal. So the one we want to use for our favorites is let's check for a nice one. Let's check for a nice one. There's so many of them here. I'm still checking for the best one. So I think we just have to pick the available one. Let's pick this. So once you click on it, it will be added to your design. I still need like additional 6 icons after adding this. Add this also. This allow food. So now we have added 2 things. You click the outside area. You add this food bar. You add this fried chicken. You add this fish. You add what else? Pizza. We'll add burger. We'll add the Chinese rice. So I think that is all. Do I need to add anything again? And then we'll add this Chinese food actually. So now we can close our icon 8. So now all we need to do is this first one. This was the one I was finding. You release all of it. You can highlight everything add. You highlight all of them and change them to a good size like 35 by 35. So by having this, they are cool. So you drag your icon into your rectangle that we curved. The second one will drag this meal into here. The third one will drag this here. The fourth one will drag the fish here. The fifth one will drag it here. And the sixth one will drag it here. The seventh one will drag it here. So I can just delete the last one. So this is what we end up having. So now just highlight everything. Yeah, this is okay. We haven't added the caption, so we have to add the caption for each. So pick your text outside there and type all. The first one should be all foods. So taking below the icon, you can reduce the size from here, change it to 15. 15 look big. Let's change it to 12. Yeah, 12 is okay. So you duplicate Ctrl D, move it to the next icon. So type KFC chicken, or just type chicken, fried chicken. fried chicken. The next one, you duplicate the text, move it to the next icon. So just change it to rice or jollof rice. And you duplicate the other one and change it to fish, like barbecue fish. The next one, we'll duplicate it and change it to Chinese rice. The sixth one, we change it to burger. B-U-R-G-E-R, burger. And the last one, shift it to the right. Change it to noodles. So you highlight each one and make it a component. Highlight the second one, make it a component. Highlight the third one, make it a component. Highlight the fourth one, make it a component. Highlight the fifth one, make it a component. Highlight the sixth one, make it a component. And highlight the first one, make it a component. So now we have made it a component. Highlight everything, right click on it and click on frame selection. After you're done, the next you go to prototype and change it to Visual School. So now you can drag it into your design. So you drag it to something like this. Yeah, so now that you're done with this, you click on click to content. Then you reduce the area. As you can see, it's still showing like we still have something outside, so we don't want it to be appearing like that in our design. So all you just have to do is click on click to content, then reduce the one outside and make it fit your screen. So now that we've done this, we'll move to the next part, which is the food area. So for the food area, all you just have to do is create one particular thing and duplicate for the rest. So the first thing you have to do is pick a text and type recommended food. Change the font size to like 18. Make it bold. So the next thing we have to do is design this food area. So for this is how we're going to do this. We'll pick a eclipse, we'll paste it out there, and we increase the width and height, make it 150 by 150. Yeah, so we'll click on it, change the fill, and make it an image. So when you make it an image, you'll be able to select for food. So immediately you choose this. I already have my picture of meal. If you don't have a picture of meal, search on Google for lovely meals and choose this for your design. So I'm going to be using this jollof rice. So now that I've added this jollof rice, this is how it looks. I actually have two different category of jollof rice. So I have the one with PNG and I have the normal one. I'm going to choose the normal one if I still have it. I don't think I do have it. So I'll just make use of this. Yeah, that's good. So we have to add a title. For the title, you pick a text and type your love price. Change it from bold to regular and change the font size to like 25. Hmm, 25 look quite big. Let's make it back to 18. So next one is adding a text. So that is the price, and then we'll add this icon for addition. So in order for this price, you pick a text, click and type the price. We are going to make it of $18.70. $18 dot 70. So we change the font face to Actor, ACTOR, Actor. Click enter. So you result to something like this. So you can increase the font to 22 for the Actor. Make it 22. Then we change the fill background to white. We need to cut attention with the price. So put it under the jollof rice. So the next thing we have to do is go to our font also and pick our addition button. Type add or type plus. So you have something like this. So you pick the first one. Put it under the jollof rice. Change the fill color to white actually. So you have something like this. As you can see, we have something like this. So since we have done one, all we just have to do is right click on this and alert everything. Then we can undo, or we can Control D, that's duplicate. Control D, hold your shift key and move it to the right and leave space in between. So the next one is Control D, you duplicate, Control D, duplicate, and Control D, duplicate. Now we have like 5. Control D, now we have 6. So in order for us to change every mail, all we just have to do is click on the ellipse and you go to fill, make sure it's an image, and then you change the image. So I'm adding this chicken. I'm going to the next one. I'm adding jollof rice. Is that jollof rice? Yeah. I'm going to the fourth one. And change this spaghetti bolognese. For the sixth one, I'll change it to barbecue fish. Why the last one? We'll make it this one, basmati rice. So now, since we are done with this, all we just have to do is change each caption one after the other. This one is called jollof rice, fried chicken. For this, we have fried rice, fried rice. So for the spaghetti bolognese, you type on it and change it to spaghetti spag dot comma bolognese. So it will not be too long. For this one, I'll change it to BBQ fish. The last one, I'll change it to basmati rice. So now you change the font size Okay, the font size are okay, so we just have to change the price. So manipulate each price. So make the chicken $16.50. The last is third one, fried rice. We'll make it $21.10. Spaghetti bolognese is always expensive, so we'll make it $34.80. BBQ fish, we'll make it like $15. That's $15. No cents. Basmati rice, I'll make sure we target $41.30. So now that we have this, all you have to do is make sure each of them are component, the same thing we did at the top one. Component 1, component 2, component 3, component 4, component 5, and component 6. So now we have to highlight everything and make it a frame. There's something I think we didn't do. We didn't create a card on each design. That's surprising. We didn't create a card for each design. So in order to do that, let's undo everything that we have just did. Undo all the components that we have added. So we have to create a card to put all this under it. So in order to do that, click on rectangle and set the shape of the size of each mail. I think each mail has this size, so you take your design out, curve the radius from 15. 15 isn't enough, change it to 22. Change the fill color to white. Then you can activate your stroke and make it 20%. Go to effect and make sure your shadow is active and clip it on top shadow, and that is it. So now that we have this, you can now duplicate all of this. Ctrl D, move it to the right, then the other one Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. So now we have for each mail. All we have to do is highlight our design and put it in. In case you are not seeing it in, right click on it and bring to font. So you have something like this. So simple. So the other one too, before you even move it, make sure you bring to font, then you drag into your design. The third one highlights everything and right click and bring to font, drag into the box. You have something like this. Where the fourth one, you highlight everything, bring to font and drag into the design area, which is the card. You end up having something like this. Highlight everything and bring it into your design area. If it doesn't show, just right click on it and bring it to font. Make sure you shape what we just added. So right click all of it and bring to font. Bring to font. There we have it. So now that we are done with each and every one of them, all you just have to do is highlight each one and make it a component. Component. Component on the fourth one. By the fifth one, you make it also a component. The seventh one, you make it a component. So you highlight everything and right click on it and change it to frame selection. Now that I've added to from selection, go to prototype and change it to horizontal scrolling. So you can drag your design inside. No, hold a minute. So now we have something like this now. Then you go to the design and change it, click on clip to content, like as we always do. So now we have to go and reduce our clip to content. So this is the length, so you reduce it like this, the size of your device. Yeah, so there you have it. So the next thing we have to design in the app area is the scrolling bar. So the same thing we do here, we have to do it here, but this time around we'll make it scroll. So instead of designing everything again and again, so you click on this and Ctrl C, then you paste outside, Ctrl V. You understand? Ctrl V. Yeah, so this is it. You see, ungroup it. Now that we have grouped it, we'll remove them as components. So I think they are being removed. So now we have to group them into listing. So I'll put this at the top. So create a space between them. So for the third one, we'll move this one down. So highlight everything. Make sure each of them is a component before you do any of this. It's very important. Look at the components. The second one, the component. Make this third one a component. Make the fourth one a component. So the fifth one a component. And make the sixth one a component. So now you highlight everything, right click and group selection. Then after you group selection, you go to your prototype. No, I'm not supposed to group it. Undo please. You right click on it and make it a frame. Ungroup it and make it a frame. The same thing we have always been doing, but this time around it's just a vertical scroll. So just make it my mouse frame selection. So you change the scroll into vertical scroll. Go to your design, click on clip to content. So you drag into your design. So you'll be able to drag in like this. So now you have something like this. So since you have clicked on clip to content, so we'll have something like this. So we have to reduce the height. So make sure it's of this size. So now we have it. So we're done with our home page. It looks nice. So you move to the next page, which are quite simple. All these are very, very simple. So design for the cart page. So what the cart page has is something very simple, very, very easy. So in order for us not to be making a background weird and weird, all we just have to do is duplicate one of these that you have designed before. So I'm going to be duplicating login. Click on login. Ctrl D. So now you have it. So you drag it down. Change the name to carts. So now you delete most of the components inside it. select it like this. So the next thing you have to do is just to add a rectangle and curve it. I will show you how you do that. So you go to your rectangle and design like this. Cover everything. Once click on it, change the fill to white. Then you click on independent radius. The first one you make it 45. Then we'll go to the third one, make it 45. So the third one is not cool, so make it back to 0. What we want to get is the second edge. So you go to the second one now, click on 45. So this is very better and cool. If you check our design, this one we have a image of a jollof rice. Then we have slider icons. So I'll show you how you do that. The first thing you have to do is pick a ellipse, tap on it, then increase it to like 300 by 300. So you make the circle an image, change it to an image for fill, and choose the image you want to use. So I'm going to be using this jollof rice. So in order to create this navigation icon, all you have to do is also pick an ellipse and then drop it, and then you make it 30%. From 30, let's make it 25 by 25. So you make the first design red. So click on red, do Ctrl D and move it to the font. Then Ctrl D again, Ctrl D again, Ctrl D. Now we have 5. So the last, let me zoom it. So this is what we have. The last 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. So I highlight the 4 and make the background black. They change the opacity to like 20%. So you end up having something like this. You can actually just highlight everything and group it. It's important. So let's move with our design. We'll have a title of the food. You click on text, click on title, type title, and give the font size. Let's make it at 5. Okay, now we have to type the main title. Jollof rice. Increase it more. Let's make it 50. 50. Yeah, so put it under the slider a little bit far. So we have to add the amounts. The next thing we have to do is pick on text, click on the area and change it to actor. So for the jollof rice, I'm going to make it $18.70. Change the background to red. So now all we have to do is add the category quantity. So this one is not going to be interactive. I'll create a separate tutorial for interactive quantity, increase and decrease. But for now, we're just going to put it there. So in order to do that, right click, go to your font or some icon, type minus. You'll end up seeing something like this. So right click again, go to plugins, go to font icon, type plus. So there we have it. So I'm going to put it below the amounts and put this also below the amounts. So now we have this. You change the amount of quantity they want to add, make it 3. So go to your text, click on the outside area, make it 3. So by default right now we have actor, so change it back to purpose. So we have to reduce the font size. We'll make it like 25. So now we have to do is change the plus icon to red. Go to fill, change it to red. So highlight everything and Ctrl G or right click and go it. Go. So you can drag into your design. So you end up having something like this. So after that we have a text. We have a text here and we have a text here. So in order to add that text, you just pick a text here and type whatever you want to type. Pick a text here and type your description. So in order for me to do that, I'll just copy the text I've done before, and instead of wasting time, like this. So if I won't do this way, because if you are still learning, all you just have to do is pick a text, put it here, and then you can copy whatever text you have. So I'm going to type in and copy all this. So Ctrl V from 8 p.m. So after 8 p.m. you click on enter, you see all this. So this next one is the second description. Copy the second description, then you click on your own design area, click on text and click on the area. You can press Ctrl V. So after the Ctrl V, you paste it. After stores, you click on enter, and that was it. Now we have the description and we have the delivery info. The next you have to do is to create this button. So this button is quite easy. I'll show you. All I have to do is to go to your shape and choose a rectangle. So increase the width of your rectangle. Change the corner radius to like 22. 22 quite small. Let's make it 35. Yeah. Now we have to change the background to red. Add a text and type order. So change the font size to 30. So take it to your design. Instead of actor, make it purpose. Change the font color to white. We need to add an icon. So you right click, go to plugins and go to font awesome icon. Then you type on cut. You can cut. Pick on the cut and put it in your design area and change it to white. So now that we have this, you can now group everything. New selection and take it inside your design area. So now we have the button. The button is quite too big, but it's all cool. It's for tutorial purposes. So let's go to the next page, which is checkout. As you all can see, this is just a text, a button, and a total sum. So I'm going to be showing you how to design something like this. So it's not going to take a lot of time. All I just have to do is add a frame, 14 Pro Max. So there we have it. You change the name to checkout. So now you add a title bar, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, title bar. Now you can add the back icon. So in order to do that, if you don't have the back icon before, or you haven't created anything like that before, you can pick your eclipse and paste it here, then you add a back button. Since we have designed it in our onboarding, we'll go to onboarding and copy it and paste it in our checkout feed. So I'll put it in our design. I'll also put it in the cart. Control C. So the next one is checkout. So just have to add text, checkout. Just pick the text, drop it, checkout. Change it to poppins and make it very large, make it 40. So then we have it for checkout. Put it here. Let's reduce from 40 to 30. So the next thing is add a title, tab delivery, put it over here and make it bold. So from delivery, we'll add address bar. So all we just have here is delivery address, so a user can change any given time, but it's not going to be interactive. All we just have to add is add the features and how it to look like. With delivery address, then we'll add an additional text here, then change the color. This text will have an action bar. Then when you click on it, it can pop up, or it allow you to enable edit this total address that I've already added it to the app. So in order to do this, all you have to add is let me remove this from pop and this thing. Yeah. So you go to delivery, make it 40. Make it 40. Then this one, the text delivery address details. Click on text delivery address details. Click on text and let's change it to 25%. Yeah. So you drag your text inside here. Let's increase our font size. So I'm going to change this from 25 and make it like 15. Then we need to add additional text. So Control D, you duplicate, then move it to the right. So change this to change. So I will change the color to orange. So there we have it. You can actually just make it a bit semi-bold. So that is it. The next one is adding this text. The address will have a line between them, so that's very easy to do. In order to achieve that, click on text and type your home address. So I'm going to type a pseudo home address. I'm going to write number 1 Wems Avenue, Nigeria. Yeah, so now that we're done with this, remove it from medium, make it irregular. So Control D, duplicate. This one should not have number 1. This is just the avenue. It should just be Rems Avenue, Nigeria. So this will have the home address, Rems GRE Avenue, Nigeria. So we'll have this like this. So now we'll add the phone number. Let's increase this to 20. So the phone number, you click on text, then you change it to any phone number. So we're going to make it +234001123, like this. It's not my number, so it's not valid. And I don't think this number is valid because it's starting with 00. So don't try it. So we have to reduce the font size. We'll make it 15 for the phone number. So now we have to add our line. In order to add our line, we'll go to the design area, click on line. So do any line. In order to get a straight line, go to rotation and click on 0. Then we can increase the width. So by default it's 167.08. So let's make it 250. So 250 will look nice. So we're going to change the stroke opacity to 50. So there we have it. So you duplicate the line again, Ctrl D, and put it before the phone number. So I like everything and do again here. So now we have designed this. So what we mean here is the delivery method. So in order to design this delivery method and the title, it's going to be very easy. So you can actually just duplicate this, but I don't want to do that. All you have to do is pick a text, type delivery method, change the font to bold and make it like 20. So take it here. For delivery method. So the next thing you have to add is option button. So in order to add option button, you go to your font also and write option dots. No, I don't like that. Write check. No, just write dots. I think we'll have something similar. We can actually create the option button, but I don't want us to create it. Let's just make use of this. So you drag it here. So drag it here. As you can see, this is what we're trying to achieve: door delivery and pickup. So in order to do that, we just need to add the text. Type door delivery. Then you Ctrl D, move it down and change it to pickup. So we have to colorize this one and make it red. So I'm gonna make it red, then reduce the opacity to like 65. So duplicate the icon, Ctrl D. So that's it. So now we need to add a line. So just pick a line. That's all that. In order to have a straight line, click on the line, make it 0. Then increase the width. By default is 140, so let's make it 210. Drag in here, change the stroke opacity to like 50. Yeah, so highlight everything, group, So now we are going to add the total. In order to add the total, it's just both text. So something very easy. Just pick it text, type total. Then you can actually space them, and but I don't like that idea. So just click type total, change it to actor. Total actor. So you change it to 35. Just change it to 30. So Control D, move it to the right and type dollar icon. The total amount for that is $56.10, 56.10. So I have to change the background of the price to make it red. And then we'll reduce the opacity to like 50%. Yeah, 50% is too small. Let's make it 70. So this look good. So this is it. I feel I should just remove the opacity, make it 100. So now the next thing we have to do is just the button. That is it. In order to design the button, you can use the previous button you design here, but here we are going to design it again. So go to your design tool, pick on rectangle, increase the width, reduce the height, and curve it to 25. Change the fill to red. Pick the text and type proceed to payment. So drag it here. Pick the fill and change it to white. Now we have this. So you can just highlight everything and group it. Right click, group. So drag into here. So this is cool. So there's something new I'm going to teach you now that I've not taught you in this channel before. This thing here is going to serve as a pop-up anytime we proceed to payment. So in order to do this, it's quite simple. So just follow my lead. So you add a frame iPhone 14 Pro Max. You see it gives us full. So this time around we have to reduce it. So reduce it up to this level. So choose select payment method. So let's curve the edge. Let's make it 21. 21 is enough. 35. So 35 look good. So we'll add the title of the page. Control C, Control V. You put it in the design. What we're going to change it to is select payment option. So change it to select payment option. So all we have to do now is add the back button and add the X button. So in order to do this, pick your back button, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So I put it here. So let's move this one down, move this up. Select payment option. The next thing you have to do is payment method and add all this icon and text. So it's very easy. So type payment method. So reduce it to like 20. So there we have it. So all we have to add is an icon, a card, a bank, and crypto. So I'll go to font awesome. type card. So I'll pick this, put it outside. So change the plugins fonts awesome to bank. Building office to bank. I forgot the name of the bank. If you type bank, it's supposed to give you this icon. So let me type cut. Cut is in there. I have to pick one. I have to select one after the other. So in order not to waste time, you can just search for a bank. You definitely see bank icon. It's very common. So I'm just going to make use of this one. Ctrl C or Ctrl V. So I have something like this. So the last one is Bitcoin. So definitely there'll be Bitcoin in font awesome. Font awesome icon. Let's start Bitcoin. So this is it. So we need to add a rectangle. Reduce it to 25 by 25. And that is 30 by 30. And curve the edge. It's like 25. Nah, 15. Seriously? 5. So this look good. They will make the background white for the card. I'll make it orange. I will make the card white. In case it doesn't come front, so I click on it and bring to front. So the other one is duplicating this particular card. Ctrl D, bring it down, change it to purple. Purple. So take the bank inside of it, bring it to front. I'll duplicate this also. I'll put it down. Make the background blue. So drag the Bitcoin inside of it. In case it's not showing, bring it to front. So you change the background image to white. So that is it. So you have to add a text for card payment, bank transfer, and go to checkout. So now to do that, just pick a text, type bank transfer, duplicate Ctrl D, Shift and arrow key, Ctrl D. The first one is correct bank transfer. Let's reduce the font 15. So the first one is bank transfer. The second one is the first one is card payments. The second one is bank transfer. The third one is Bitcoin. Change the card payment to this. So now we're done. We can actually add a line in between them to make it look nice. Since we have done the line before, you just have to pick the line. Double click on it, Ctrl C, and go to this area and paste here. So put it under capital. Control D again, then you bring it down before Bitcoin. So everybody will know they are separate. So there's something remaining, which is the option button. For the option button, just right click, font awesome icon, and type my dots. There's two ways you can do this. It's like choose dots or you design the option button. So let me show you how you design the option button by yourself. Change it to Eclipse, then paste Eclipse here. Make the background 20 by 20. So the background will be white. The stroke will be red. So we'll pick this particular dot again. Let's just pick another Eclipse. 10 by 10. You change it to red. So now that I've done this, you can group it, Ctrl G, and drag it to the option button area. So we have a nice option button now. So for the other ones, you can just duplicate the option button, Ctrl D, and bring it down. Ctrl D and bring it down. So double click inside and click and delete the 0. Click inside 0. So now highlight everything, then you group selection. So as a group selection now, add a button. In order to add a button, go to rectangle, let's make the background red. Then we'll go to independence videos and start copying them. So let's make the first one 25 and the last one 25. That doesn't correspond, so make it second to the last 25. So there we have it. So take the button inside the design and change it to pay. Add the text. Pick a text and type pay. That's it. We drag it into design. Change the background or image to white. So now we have the select option pop up. So let me try and connect it. So you go to prototype. When you select to this payment method, instead of on tap, you change it to okay. On tap is correct. Instead of navigate to, you say open overlay. So when you open overlay, it's going to pop up on this particular one. So I'm going to link this one also. I'm going to open overlay. I'm going to open this. I'm going to open overlay. So now let's delete this back button. Let's delete this back button. Let's delete this back button. We'll delete it. Yeah. So now we have linked this particular one. Let's start linking the rest. Go to design. Go to back and it will take you to back. If you click on order, it will take you to checkout. If I click on the background, check it checkout. I take it to icon. I take it to checkout. If I click on proceed to payment, it's going to open overlay. So I think we're actually done with this particular option. So the next design that we made is payment processor. So once you connect to the pay stack, it's going to have this screen. Then the last one will be order complete, which is very easy for something you can do. So in order for you to revise all which you have done, just design this order complete. I'll explain how it's been designed. Add the back button, the text, the image or logo of your app, and type thanks for ordering. Make it center, and add a subtitle, add a text, then add a button. So that is it. So I'm going to play this particular one we just completed. So I'm going to be linking the login to the app screen. I'll link the sign up to sign in. I'll link it to app screen. So I'm going to be linking the home page. When you click on the plus or the amala or the jollof rice, you're going to open this particular page. When you click on the plus button, you're going to open the particular page. So that is it. What else that we haven't connected? Aha. So now let's run our prototype on what we have designed so far today: the app screen, the cart screen, the checkout screen, and the select payment method. While the last one, which are payment order complete, is going to be a take-home assessment for you to revise all what you have designed today. You should be able to design something like this for yourself. It's very easy, very easy. So far, this is what we have done. So if I click on get started and click on next, or I click on skip, it's going to take me straight to sign up. If I click on sign up, it's going to take me to the app. So you see everything's scrolling, look nice. I didn't even run it while designing it. You see everything's scrolling perfectly. Even the categories, everything's scrolling perfectly. And if I click on the jollof rice, it's going to take me to the jollof rice cart page. When I click on order, it's going to take me to checkout, and when I click on proceed to payments, it's going to bring it on top of this. So there's something we have to do on this pop-up for it to make sense. So let's go back to our design. Click on the open overlay, then click close when clicking outside, and add background behind overlay. Make it 25% and it's going to make sense. So it has already activated instantly. So it looks nice. So if you connect payments, it's going to take it to order complete, and that is it. So this looks nice. For in the next video, we're going to be designing an advanced lovely mobile app. So wait for the next video. Thank you for watching this tutorial video on how to design a food delivery mobile app UI with Figma. This is an educational video. If you're new to Figma design or product design, this is actually for you. So I'll be dropping new video definitely every day. So there's my own way of contributing to humanity. So see you next time. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. One love.